What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. We're rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window for you guys to look forward to. So if you want to stay up to date on YouTube every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description below, and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget as well, most importantly, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. So, let's start off with the outs, and it's not a player, but it's a coach. Comes in the form of an update on Rodolfo Borrell, who is currently a coach at Manchester City. Now, he is set to leave Manchester City after 9 years at the club. He's going to join Austin FC over in the United States of America as a sporting director. That is according to Fabrizio Romano. So Borrell leaving Manchester City. City may well be not only needing a new assistant manager, but also potentially needing a new coach as well. But if he does get his move to America, of course, I will wish him all the very best of luck in what is a brilliant role. Austin FC, decent team, moving across the pond as well, becoming a sporting director. Quality. Anyway, moving on, we've got the very latest on Zack Steffen. We confirmed yesterday that Leicester City, they're interested in making a move for him. I was wondering if Middlesbrough might get back involved in this transfer. Currently hearing nothing about that as of right now. And TalkSport are reporting that Leicester City, they are now set to sign Zack Steffen from Manchester City. They don't mention whether it's going to be a loan or a permanent transfer. If it is a permanent transfer, it'd be very interesting to see what the fee is for Zack Steffen. But it's seemingly looking like he will be leaving Manchester City. Just remains to be seen whether it's going to be a temporary deal or whether it's going to be a permanent one. Now, moving on to the final transfer of the outs, gives us an update on the two young lads who spent last season out on loan at Sheffield United. Updates on James McAtee and Tommy Doyle. Now, the Star have said that Sheffield United have once more asked Manchester City about the availability of James McAtee and also Tommy Doyle. Manchester City have said the latter, Tommy Doyle, he's more probable that he could leave Manchester City. City are open to a loan deal. They're also open to a permanent transfer. I imagine if a good sell-on fee is put on the deal and, of course, a release clause for him to come back to Manchester City, then Manchester City could be open to selling Tommy Doyle. Sheffield United being promoted, obviously, to the Premier League. And Tommy Doyle and James McAtee helped Sheffield United to achieve their goal of making it back to the Premier League. They've got Premier League money to spend once more, so I wouldn't rule out that happening. Man City have said, though, James McAtee, the plan is that City want to assess him over the summer, and they want to see if he is going to be good enough to make it in the Manchester City first team squad before deciding what to do with James McAtee later. It is thought, though, that if Manchester City do not add another central midfielder to their squad this summer, then James McAtee could well be a player that Manchester City, in terms of their depth, choose to keep at the club, where he'll train around the first team squad. He'll be making some substitute appearances on the substitute bench and also making some minutes from the bench and getting a couple of starts here and there. I'm excited. I'd like to see James McAtee given a chance, give him pre-season, see how he gets on, give him a couple of starts. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you've always got the option to do what we plan to do with Tommy Doyle, which is either loan him out or sell him and put a good buyback clause on there. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on to the ins, we've got the very latest on Declan Rice. Arsenal's £100 million plus £5 million in add-ons, their offer from yesterday. That has now been accepted by West Ham. Manchester City have pulled out of the race to sign Declan Rice, which has made up West Ham's mind to accept this offer. It does meet their demand, which was £100 million plus, which is what they were looking for. So Manchester City here, I feel like the name has been used, the interest has been used to help drive that price of Declan Rice up to get Arsenal to pay what West Ham were looking for. Manchester City seemingly going to be looking maybe at other targets or other positions. We'll have to wait and see what we decide to do next in our next move on the chessboard when it comes to Manchester City transfers. But West Ham and Arsenal, fee has been agreed. They're just trying to get an agreement now on the structure of the deal for Declan Rice. West Ham want the money, that £100 million paid over 18 months. Arsenal want it paid over 48 months, which is obviously 4 years. A little bit apart there. That's what they're working on. Once that is done, personal terms aren't going to be a problem. Medical's not going to be a problem, and Declan Rice will become an Arsenal player. And as I said, Man City, they may well start now to look at other alternatives. And one of them alternatives takes us on to a player we've not mentioned for a few weeks, as it's gone a bit quiet on him. All of a sudden, it's come roaring back into the headlines. Gabri Veiga. Now, Fabrizio Romano has said that Manchester City missing out on Declan Rice. They're now interested again in signing Gabri Veiga from Celta Vigo. He's had a very good season with them in La Liga over in Spain. He's got a €40 million release clause. That's why Manchester City are interested. Release clause FC. We love a release clause. Doesn't mean we have to do any negotiations. You just look at the price. Are you happy to pay €40 million? If you are, you release the clause. If you're not, you walk away and you have a look at somebody else instead. Now, plenty of interest in Gabri Veiga out there. Real Madrid's name, they were chucked out there about 4 or 5 weeks ago. They were believed to be closing in on him. It's gone all quiet on that. Luka Modric signs a new deal at Real Madrid, and all of a sudden it's not looking likely that Gabri Veiga is going to end up in Madrid. Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool, United, City, all the names are getting chucked out there when it comes to Gabri Veiga, which is suggesting to me that these sources, they don't really know where he is going to end up. Interest has been there previously from Manchester City. Interest is still there for Manchester City. It's all about them hurdles again. Are Man City going to move it away from interest and move that into a concrete offer? If they do, I'm confident we can sign Gabri Veiga. Am I convinced City are going to make a move? I'm not too sure. I think Manchester City are and ahhing about if they want to make a move or not. And I think in that period of thinking that City are going to have, I think other clubs are going to come calling and be a little bit more decisive. The Standard have been reporting that Chelsea, once it gets to July 1st and they know a better understanding of their financial fair play situation, they're planning to make a move for Gabri Veiga. That wouldn't surprise me. Oscar Mendez, a journalist based in Spain, he has said that Manchester City, they want to speak to Gabri Veiga. Pep Guardiola has apparently already contacted Gabri Veiga and says that he would like him to be in and around the Manchester City first team squad. He regards him as an important player. So there's definite interest from Manchester City there. This is very much how Man City like to do their transfers. It's all about, do City want to bring in another central midfielder? I feel like the biggest, not issue, but the biggest obstacle that we have when it comes to, are we going to sign a winger? Are we going to sign a central midfielder? It all comes in terms of what does happen with Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva leaves all of a sudden. City are needing a central midfielder. We're needing a winger. Right now, I think City can pick and choose. Do they want a winger? Do they want a central midfielder? All depends on what they want to do. There's a reason why we're not currently wanting James McAtee to leave the team, because they don't know what is happening. So City just be very coy about what's happening in the transfer market as we do head towards centre-backs. Josko Gvardiol, I've heard word on that Manchester City, they're not waiting for Aymeric Laporte and João Cancelo to be sold. They've got the money there. They want to make that transfer happen. City are currently in negotiations with RB Leipzig to try and make that transfer happen. That is the next direction for Manchester City in this transfer market. After that, it will be all about player sales, who leaves, how much money we get for them, and what space we have available in our squad for us to make another move. As I said, it's going to be a busy transfer window. I know City are going to sign another player, so that'll be 2 summer signings without really letting anybody leave other than İlkay Gundogan. We start letting other players leave around the fringe squad, and then all of a sudden Man City could be needing maybe 1, 2, even 3 more players this summer, depending on who does leave. So it's all about, once Josko Gvardiol's done, who's going to leave, as to we get a better understanding of who's going to come into Manchester City. And as I said, whilst we wait for all this stuff to happen, some of our top summer targets, they're going to go elsewhere whilst Manchester City contemplate what they want to do. This isn't City being slow, it's just Man City don't have a full understanding. You don't want to bring players into the squad, make our squad unhappy with having so much depth in one area and not enough depth in another. You need to find the right balance, and that's what City trying to suss out. Gundogan leaves, Kovacic comes in. Gvardiol comes in because we've got space in with John Stones moving into midfield. We have space in our defence without players needing to leave. Laporte, Cancelo, Walker could leave. All of a sudden, it makes things complicated. So, as I said, summer's long. I'll keep my eyes and ears open, and when we do get all the latest developments, I, of course, will keep you guys up to date update every single day on YouTube with all the latest Manchester City transfer news through my daily Manchester City transfer updates. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. It is free. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the like goal for today's video. Also, don't forget as well, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Gabri Veiga, are you happy with that, with an alternative to Declan Rice? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys religiously tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.